I think let's start recording. So this session will be recorded. So for your information, so if you don't want to get recorded, I will kindly ask you to leave. So hello everyone again to be in the recorded in the video. This session will be recorded and it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. So thank you for joining our session today about Git Deep Dive. And this session, it will be really extensive and, so really like get ready for that. It will be a really a heavy session. Okay, so just a quick overview about myself. My name is Mohammed Radwan. I'm a principal DevOps engineer in the UK with 21 years of experience. And I have here my colleague Rahab is a senior DevOps engineer, and we will present this session together. Okay, so to just to give you, let's start from our agenda today. First, we will start again. This session is not an introduction to Git. You already should have, Git experience, but this is for deep dive. I will say it's around 400 or 300. This is the level of, the difficulty of the session. So the first part, we will talk about the commit and the branch and reset to understand, how this is structured in the Git, mechanism. And then after that, we will talk about the Git merge to understand what is the Git merge and, get more information about that. So yes, Rahab will share the YouTube channel in the chat. After that, we will get a demo about understanding, this will be just an overview about, Git branch and merge. And then we will understand different types of merge, like fast forward, rebase, squash, cherry pick, all these types of, merging. And then we will get a demo that cover all these types of merge. So you can understand what are the difference between those types and when you can use each one and why. After that, we will talk about, the different Git branch and merge strategies. We will understand that there is a well-defined branch and merge strategies, and we will talk like a high overview about them. And then we will pick one of them, which is the Git flow branch and strategy, to give you a full demo with visualization about how you can visualize the Git flow and doing that in action with the real demo, using Git and Azure DevOps as well. Then we will talk about how to use cherry pick and give you a real use case, like when you're fixing a bug and you need to make a cherry pick. And this is I think one of the the strengths and powerful in our session, because we'll give you some of the use cases inside how to use, it's not just the tools, but also for a real use case. After that, we will talk very quickly about pull request. What is a pull request? How you use it, and then deal with merge conflict. If we have time, let's based on our time and also your interest, and you would like to continue, then we can go for the last demo, which will be managing Git conflicts, and we'll get an overview about our community, what are the activities that we are doing, and then after that, we will open the panel for question and answer, where you can ask any question, either about the session for Git Deep Dive or the community or even anything else. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about what is the commit. So Git is working with really like, a very good mechanism. So you can think like commit is just like grouping of changes, like you just bring them together in one commit. And this commit will be like a node, Of course, when you start a Git, this will create like a first node. And then from this node, you start creating another commit with some changes and another commit. So commit just a group of changes. And then the beauty or the strength and the powerful of Git that once you create a commit, this will be just the delta between the two different change. So, and this is, so each node will point to the previous node. And this is, how Git is utilizing space and size and, how it's fast and, lightweight mechanism. So again, it's the delta. And with each commit, it points either for one commit or two commits. Of course, two commits, if it is come like, this is usually when the merge, as we will see, afterwards. Okay, so now we understand again the commits. It's just a group of changes. So what is the branch? So branch is just a duplicate of the commits. So just imagine again, it's like you have bunch of some commits, and and these commits is just like nodes, and they are connected together. So just imagine that you have like duplicate this node, but in reality they are not duplicate, because Git using the pointing mechanism. So again, it utilizes size and space, and um, how quickly can work with Git. So you can think of it is the same as like a copy when you have a folder with multiple files and you make a copy of this folder. So you can think it is a logical copy, but not a physical copy, because on the files, on the file system, this copy is not a separate file, but it just like again, this will be a duplicate without duplicating the file, but it just gave you the ability to have an isolation for your code, but this will not be, in copying the file, which will be repeated. And this is again the powerful of the Git. Okay, so branch isolate new commits will keep pointing to parent commits again to utilize the size and the space as I explained. Okay, so let's imagine, for example, we have one branch and we have one commit, and after that, we have some changes, so we commit another commit. Once you create a branch, again, this branch will be like a completely isolated, but since it is the same to commit, this will not be create any, there is no new node. Once you have any commit in that branch, it means that this will create a new node that will point to the previous commit. So again, you can commit in the master. This will be another commit that point to the previous commit. So as you can see, both branches has commit 1 and 2. And branch 1 has commit 3, which is pointing to commit 2, and branch master has commit 4, which pointing to the commit 2. So again, it's completely to isolation logically. So you are completely in a logic space for committing this code or changing that. But on the physical hard disk, or it's just the same mechanism using the version control. So again, you do some commits in branch 1, this will be come here, you do some changes in the master branch, so this will be committed here, and so on. Once you create a new branch, again, because it is the same, then there is no need to copy that. But once you make some changes, commit them, this will create a new node that pointing to the previous, and the same. So this is how Git is structured, which pointing. And this is, just imagine if Git doesn't do that, what does it mean? It means that whenever you create a branch, this will copy these nodes, and it will copy. And again, why you copy them while you have the same, the same data? And this is the main idea of reutilization of, the existing information by using the Git mechanism. Okay, let's talk about Git branch. So working with Git branch, again, you start creating a branch and, isolating that. So it's a lightweight, as I explained. Why lightweight? Because it's just using node reference instead of copy actual, commits. So commit change to a branch doesn't affect other branch, and you can push and share branches without with people and your team without having merge, change into master. Okay, Git doesn't create multiple copies of your source code when you are working with branches. As I explained, it logically copy, but actually in reality, they are completely, it's using the same information. Okay, popular branch strategy. There is different branch and merge strategy, which will get into them further in the session. So we have Git flow, we have GitHub flow, release flow or release branch, and there is even more that we will talk about later. So Okay, let's talk about when do you merge feature branch? When you usually create a feature branch. So let's ask yourself first, when I will create a feature branch. So you start to create a feature branch when you have a sprint and you have a user story or a feature that you would like to start working with. So once you start with, you create a new branch to start working. And then when you merge back this feature branch, when you complete this story, when you complete here means that you complete all the functionality for this story. So this is really very important to understand when you merge, from the feature branch and the base branch. For example, again, you have commit one, and this is a base branch, commit two, and you create a feature one. So the new changes in commit three. So to, to merge all the time, you need to ask yourself these two questions. When do you merge back to the base? Is work complete? And the work complete here, you complete the user story, you complete the feature. If it is no, then continue. And then when you will merge from the base branch to your feature branch, this will be depend on this question. Is there any update in the base branch? So all the time you ask yourself these two questions. Is work complete? No, then continue. To do more in the feature branch. Is there any update in the base branch? If yes, then the answer or the action is bring them immediately. Bring them immediately. Once you have an update in the base branch, you must bring that, again, talking about the feature branch, because again, if you delaying that, then the conflict will be increased and so on. And this is one of the misconception people using when they using with Git and branch merge. They just they missing get all the changes from the base branch on regular basis. So once there is update, and this is why you can set for notification, or so you can make sure that you can get updates about there is a change in the base branch, and then you can get the changes. Okay, so you merge them in your feature branch, and then again ask yourself the two questions. No, I didn't complete, then continue. Oh, there is another change, then bring this change to your feature branch. Okay, then I didn't complete, then continue. Okay, now I completed my feature branch and then merge it back to the base branch. Again, this is really very important to understand when you are going to merge your feature branch and when you are going to merge from the base branch to your feature branch. Okay, now we understand that. Let's talk about a very quickly overview about detach head vs reset head. Sometimes you would like to, like undo your changes or undo your commit or undo, like the staging. So you need to understand that each branch has a label, like this just pointing to the name of the branch and pointing to the last commit. For example, in this master branch, I have a label to call master, and it just point to the last commit. And this just holding the name of the branch. And for example, I have a branch one, so the last commit, it has the name of the branch, and it has a label called branch one. And the same for branch two, it is the same. So just remember, this is the head small, which is the name or the label of the branch, and this usually pointing to the last commit. But there is what we call the current head or the active head, which means that since you are, again, you can navigate between the branches. So you will only have one active branch at any point of time. Just imagine, can you type in two places at the same time, in the computer? For example, let's say I open 3 files and you put the 3 files notepad in front of you. So can you type in the 3 files at the same time? No, because the cursor will be only active in one file. So this is the same. When you're working with branch, you need to understand what are, what is the active branch, and the active branch will be identified by using the head capital. So this is the active branch, and you usually switch or navigate between branches using the active branch. So this is the active branch. I can switch to be this is the active branch, or so just be careful, because based on what is the active branch, this will be where you will type. Again, just imagine the 3 files, the notepad files that I talked to you about, or the 3 text file. And again, if you put your mouse in the second file, when you type, you will type in this file. But if you put, the mouse in the first file, and you would like to write in the third file, because this is all the mistakes I have seen in my experience. People is they don't know exactly where is the current active branch, and they would like to make a change in another branch. So just be careful about that. So again, you start navigating back and forward, forth and back from the branches. Okay, so just know the difference between head small and head capital. Okay, so if we would like to detach the head, the active or the current, navigate. So for example, if I would like to move the active head to a branch, this is what we usually use, the checkout keyword or the checkout command. So check out the branch name, this will move the head. For example, I would like now to check out to branch, let's say the base branch or the master. So I will say check out, master. So in this case, the active head will move to the master. Check out branch 2, the active head. So check out again the master, or check out branch 1. So we'll start navigating with using a checkout command. Okay, and we can even navigate not only for the last commit. Of course, if you check out using the name of the branch, you will be navigate to the last commit, but you can also navigate back to any commit using the commit ID. So I can navigate back here or here or here, and you can look at the change at any point of time. So just remember that. And also you can reset or undo. And the reset here mean, you just return the last commit. For example, I don't need the last commit in branch 1. So, okay, I would reset this commit to be here. Or maybe I want to reset the master branch to this commit, or maybe to this commit. So reset here means that you just return the last commit, or the head small to point on which commit you consider it as a last commit. And also this is for branch 2, for example. Okay, so just remember, for reset, we have 3 types of reset. We have, if you remember, when you commit, you make some changes, and then you start staging the changes using git add. And then after you staging the changes, you start, making a commit. You commit these changes. So if you reset, the first one, if you would like to undo, the commit, but the changes will be staged, and this is what we call soft, reset, and you have to specify it explicitly. That is soft, reset. The mixed one, which is you will undo even for the staging. So this means that you will have your changes, but not staged yet. And this will be the default, so you don't have to write mixed by default. If you reset without explicit definition, this means that this will be a mixed. And of course, if you start doing hard, this means that you will even undo the changes. So if you make some changes, let's say I changed 10 files and even I commit them, but I want to get back to where before even I changed the 10 files, I can using reset hard. Okay, let's talk about git merge. So again, as we explained that, the small head is pointing to the last commit, and I have here another one. So once I make commit in this branch and I make merge. So just again, the merge is just simply is one commit, a special commit that is point to one, parents or more. Again, one parents or more space. It's fast forward or basic merge. We will see that in the demo. So, but what I wanted you to understand now so far is when you're merging the changes, you will have a special commit, either point to one commit or to commit, which is the parent or parents commit. Okay, so merge direction. As I explained, you can merge, when you have a direction, so this will merge from this branch to this branch. And when you merge back, if I'm merging this, like for example, This one, I bring the changes from branch 1 to the master branch. And if I merge from the master to the branch, I'm not going to create a new commit because the commit already exists. So what will be changed is just the small head it's going to point to the last commit, which is identical for the master branch. So just remember again the direction of the merge, and again understand that the commit. Okay, let's see our first demo, which will be how to use git branch and merge in action, and see all this kind first in visual, and then in action with command of git. Perhaps will introduce that.
Okay. Can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's start our first demo. Git branch and merge. And before practicing anything, let's visualize. I will use this site Git learn Git branching. And here, let's select all this. And as you can see now, we have only one branch, which is the main, and the active current head is pointing to the main branch. Let's do our changes here in the left side, git commit. This is the first change. Another change, git commit, C3, C4, and the current head is pointing to the last change, which is C4. Let's create a new branch, git branch 1 here. I'm typing here in the left side. Here, when typing git branch 1, actually there is nothing technically happen. Only new label, which is branch 1, and still our active head pointing to the main branch. So let's do another change. So as the active head is in the main branch, all new changes will be in the main branch. We only create this branch, and still we are in the main branch, so all changes will be in the main. So let's do another change here. C6, another C7, all in the main, and only in the main, not in the branch 1. So let's now we decided that we want to do new changes and working on any feature in the branch 1. So let's to do this, first we need to move our active head to be in the branch 1, and then do our changes. To move the active head, we should get check out this branch. So get check out branch 1, and as you can see, this asterisk moved to branch 1 and pointing to C4, and this commits C5, C6, and C7 only in the main branch. And let's do our changes in branch 1 here. C8, another change, C9, and like these changes are only in the main branch. These changes only in the branch 1, C8 and C9. Let's complete. And now you decide that you are done in branch 1, and you want to get these changes C5 and C6 and C7 from the main branch to be merged in branch 1. As you are in the branch 1 already, we need just get merge these changes from the main branch. So get merge main. Here, as you can notice, it created a new commit, which is C10, and this C10 is pointing to C9 and C7, these two commits. And this is this is the normal merge type, and we have already another demo about this type of merge. And this demo is for fast forward merging. So we checked out the main branch here, and the active head is moved here and pointing to C7. And
Yes.
now we
Yes, please, Rahab, before you do that, I just want to, emphasize with people to understand. So as you can see, now Rahab is bring all the changes from main to branch one, but the changes in branch one, they are not, in the main. And just be careful about what's happening now. When Rahab going to merge what's inside branch one to the main, there is new commit, no new commits will be created. Why? Because we already have the commit. But the label of the main, it will be just pointing to the same commit, which makes the main and branch one identical. So again, pointing to which commit is defines what's the change in this branch. Okay, thank you, Rahab. Carry on, please.
Okay. And now we wanted to merge all the changes in branch 1 to the main branch. So we checked out the main first to move our current head to or active head to the main, and then bring these changes, get merge branch name, branch 1, and as you can see, it just move the head to point to the last commit here in branch 1. And this is the fast forward merging type.
Yes, exactly.
And let's practice. We're not going to write code, just adding some files and some changes to understand the concept. So I'll create this folder, branch merge demo, and this is an empty folder. So let's open git bash, and before starting we should first initialize this folder to be a git repo, a local git repo, and here we have only this and you can also view this hidden folder .git, and here if we type git status, we are on branch master, but we haven't any changes yet. So let's create our first file here, master.txt, write some changes, and get status. Here we have untracked file, master.txt, and we need to stage this file. So if we type git log, we haven't any, we don't have any commits yet, so the log is empty. So let's stage this changes, git add all, type your commit message, git commit -m and your commit message, git log. Now we have this capital head is pointing to master branch, and this is the first commit here, adding the first, and this is the commit message. And let's do another change, new line from master, and get status. If you can remember, the first change was a new file and tracked file, now modified file. Let's stage this change, git add all, git commit, adding your commit message. And then git log, still we are on the master branch here, head is pointing to master, and we have to commit or to changes. And this is the commit details, commit SHA or ID, and the author, date, and the commit message, and so on. As we did in the visualization part, we created a new feature branch, which is branch 1. And now I created the branch, but I am still on the master branch. So still the log the same. Now the log we have the branch 1 that we created, but still our head pointing to the master. So, and the log is the same as we didn't make any changes. Again, let's clear and let's check out the branch 1 to do our changes in this branch. Branch 1, switch it to branch 1. And now we are in branch 1. And if we git log here, the head is pointing now to branch 1, and we have master branch, but the head pointing to branch 1, and we have two commits from the master as we created this branch from the master, so this two commits from the master branch. Let's create or do some changes in this branch 1. This is the new file. Add some changes, git status, untrack the file, git add. This you can add all changes as we did, git add all, or git add the name of the file that has the changes. Git commit, adding commit message, clear, git log. Now we have 3 commits, that the first 2 commits from the master branch here, and this commit from branch 1, and the head is pointing to branch 1. Let's check out master again and see what will happen when we check out master.
On the right side, as you can see on the right side, if you look at the left side, you can see that the head capital is pointing to the branch 1, which means this is the active branch. And the branch 1, which is the green, this is the label, which pointing to the same commit, the third commit. While the master branch, the label of the master is pointing to the second, or the second commit. And if you look at the right side, this is branch 1.
Here we check all the changes here successfully. Let's, as we said, assume we have a bug and wanted to in the production and wanted to fix it immediately. So let's create a new hotfix branch from the main branch. So git checkout -b hotfix, the name of the branch, and from the main branch, switch it to this branch. And now we are in the hotfix branch. Let's fix our bug. This is a hotfix commit. And let's status add commit fixed production issue, and then check out to the main branch to merge the hotfix branch into the main. The hotfix commit is not exist, so let's merge it. Git merge hotfix, and now you can find the change or the hotfix. We need to tag again, tag name and the message, fixing production issue, git push from the main to the remote, and git push the tags. And you can list, we have 2 tags. This tag for the new release for version 1.1 and this tag for fixing the production issue. And if you navigate to the main branch, you can find here the hotfix commit
Sorry.
and these 2 tags. And into the develop, the hotfix is not exist. So let's merge the hotfix into develop, git checkout develop, and then git merge and git push to the remote repo, and then let's remove the hotfix here. And if you list all branches, only the main branches, the develop and the main branch. And the develop branch, if you check, you can find now the develop and the main branch are identical. And we are done.
Okay, thank you, Rahab. I think we are or we're very optimistic about finishing all other demos which get conflict cherry picks. Actually, we have more, but I mean for the time, just skip them, and I will skip them, and maybe we can talk about them maybe in another session. Talking about cherry pick, how to cherry pick, for example, from sprint, like for example, with a hot fix or some hot fix in the running sprint, and you would like to bring them to your release branch. This was another use case. We can arrange another demo. Um, and of course, I skip. So to just give you, so before question and answer, just a very overview about our community. So we have a community with huge people, from different places and different diversity for, experience, locations, and many places, all over the globe, with more people, like we are around 70 people now. And again, we're using this community to exchange job opportunities, community of practice, center of excellence, open source projects, sharing knowledge, use cases, many things. And, we have several activities running with that. So we have our COP, community of practice and center of excellence with several activities. And for example, we organizing several, guest speaker events where we invited people from Microsoft, from Google, from Amazon, or any other people like talent acquisitions and different, where they are, in the same domain where they can share their experience with our community. We have a QA or knowledge base where we keep like sharing, like if one of our community has issue, they can using our community for asking question and getting the best answer. And we have really very good structured knowledge base to answer any problem for our community. Okay, our Git repos, we have two repos. The main one is the DevOps, which is DevOps step by step, which including all the information. And we have another one which is private. This is only for the community, the internal community. The inner source, this is just for our assets. We're building assets that we can use by our community. And again, this is a library where we're building our future asset and current assets. Okay, I think that's the time for Q&A. Yes, let's have. Do anyone has a questions or would like any comments? Thank you, Samihat. It was our pleasure. I know, sir. Git again. We have a lot of to contribute actually and share with you. It's just I think we could even arrange even more to get more deeper. So any question? Do anyone has any question? Okay, in that case, let's call it's done. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so how is the market labor in the UK? For what? Okay, let me take this question before I leave. Or maybe thank you. It's a great. How is market labor in the UK as a junior DevOps? It's pretty good, pretty good. So yeah. When we have a second session, they are asking again. To be honest, it's always based on the participation. Yeah, there is 300 people registered in the session, while only, as you can see, we only now 23 people. So we definitely will have another session, but it's always based on the participation. So it will be in the future. But yes, we will share that on the LinkedIn also, and different social media. Okay, that's really appreciated, Majid. Okay, that's great. So see you in the next session then, and we can always get your feedback, and please let us your feedback. This we really appreciate it, and thank you again for joining our session today, and we look forward for having you in future sessions. Thank you.